Godly Jonesy says 4 bits for the 4-0 for Arctic Foxes. And that's what we've got coming up right now, Hud. We got a matchup in the contender tier between the Arctic Foxes and that are from the Polar Vortex and the Storm from Overcast. We got Jettison, Bill Nye and Slammed. We got Tree Dreams, Rummage, Pop Off, and Risen Wolf Champ. We got a 6-2 Arctic Foxes, a 3-5 Overcast. There's a lot of potential here for the Arctic Foxes to get a couple of the blowouts like the ones we just saw from the Voyager.
Tree Dreams with that 12 goals in 6 games plays, and then on top of that, a 12 saves and shooting almost 50%. That offensive prowess there. Arctic Foxes in Polar Vortex have had a really great start to the season. I know that in Challenger, the Polar Bears were undefeated at least through today. I'm not sure what they ended up doing today, but Arctic Fox is off to a great start as a franchise, or Polar Vortex off to a great start as a franchise this season, season 7. GM'd by Kip, a former mod with me, and a bunch of great guys in that franchise for sure.
Yeah, looking really good so far. Definitely a whole bunch of good stuff that could happen here in this one. Like I said, Tree Dreams definitely looking to. He started the season already MVP caliber. I mean, this is a guy that you're going to have to look out for every single time that he is on the pitch. Popohoff as well, shooting 44% on the 4 goals that he does have. So you know that he can get that offensive pressure up there as well. They got some pretty good defense with 8 saves for Rummage and 6 saves for Risen Wolf. On the other side, Bill Nye, player that I got a chance to look at a couple of times last season, not shooting very well. He's only got 1 goal and shooting 7%, but playing a ton of defense. He's got 13 saves so far, and Slammed hasn't had a whole bunch of opportunities to actually get into the game. Only got 3 games played so far, but it's going to be just the 3 of them tonight, so a really good opportunity to show what this core of 3 players can actually do when they're all on the pitch together.
This will be the best way for them to build up that chemistry for sure, especially if Slams hasn't got as many opportunities to get on the pitch. The only having 3 players means that you don't have to worry about rotating anybody in and out. So it's really great to be able to get people onto the field and start building up that chemistry, especially on teams that, for whatever reasons, can't find a whole lot of time to play outside of match nights. Opportunities like this where somebody can't make it. As much as you never want to have to see teams do that, it can be really great for teams to maybe get people playing together that don't have a whole lot of opportunities to do so otherwise.
Yeah, absolutely. They Storm, led by Shamu, definitely going to be looking for a free agent in Contender over the next couple of days. I'm sure if they have not made a move already, I believe they just lost their 4th player within the last couple of days, so that's why we'll see just them on stream.
Yeah.
Looks like I think we were missing just a couple people in the lobby, so we're almost ready to bring this Contender action to you. We just saw the Voyager and the Aurora, the 4-0 sweep, the big time. A bunch of people in the chat talking about how this game might go. Got a couple guys looking for the Arctic Foxes to take this one, and a couple 4-0 sweeps, a couple 3-1s. We'll see what they have. Looks like Jonesy says the Polar Bears 3-1 tonight. They did get a chance to play their matches, so they will extend so far their dominance in the Challenger tier. That team looked really good on paper, and they are showing on the pitch. They are also still very good.
Oh, definitely a really strong team. We scrimmed them a little bit in the preseason, and they smacked us around pretty good. But the biggest thing with the teams that are really coming together, especially Challenger and Up, are the guys that have played together multiple seasons. And I know that Jonesy's been on that Polar Bears team for a couple of seasons now as that centerpiece, and really showing that they've got that chemistry. They've only dropped 1 game so far through 12 games. The first 3 matches for us were those in-conference matches, super important to be able to put up a good record, and Polar Bears cementing themselves at the top of their division for sure.
Polar Bears versus Squalls going to be lit February 26th. Oh, yeah, it absolutely is. Absolutely is going to be. We do have, if you are a member of RSC, if you go to the RSC website, you can find our stream schedule. You can find out what games are going to be on stream, when they're going to be there, the times, the casters, everyone you'd want information from. You can find that all on the RSC website. If you're in RSC and you want to play on stream sometime, go into the official sign-up channel, be the captain, ping the other captains, say when and where you want to play, get yourselves on the stream. And I am tripping, bringing you the play-by-play. My man HUD doing an excellent job, doing some color commentary, a whole bunch of great analysis. Musah behind the scenes, making sure these lobbies are up, making sure the teams are all in here. We're just about ready to go, waiting for the teams to actually start joining the lobby, and then we will be ready to go. It's all that we're waiting for, just the teams to join the lobby. So if you happen to be listening to the stream and you're also in the lobby, you should just like join a team. Because we
Just
love to
pick
bring
one.
this action. Just
But
just
pick the
pick one.
one.
Doesn't have to be
Pick
the
the
right
one with your name on it. I
Yeah,
mean,
preferably
yeah,
pick the
no,
right one. But if you didn't, I mean, we'd figure it out. It'd be fine.
we'd be fine.
Make this work. There we go. Rummage finally dumps himself into the Arctic Foxes. So Bill Nye, Jettison, and Slams for the Overcast. Risen Wolf Champ, Rummage, and Tree Dreams in for the Arctic Foxes. We are ready to go. Match day number 3. Contender tier. 4-game series between both of these teams. And here we go with the first kickoff of the first game. Middle, Rummage able to win that one very decisively back to Slams. It's in the middle. Bill Nye is there. He gets a good dunk. Ball floating around in the corner. Jettison getting up behind him. An excellent demo there. Goes for the bump. Unable to connect, but the net still open enough. Risen Wolf able to get back just in time on the shot by Slams. Rummage one-on-one with Bill Nye. Wins the 50. Steals that corner boost. A good job by him. Jettison taking a little bit of extra time there to go for that one. Slams tries to poke it out.
The big thing that we're going to see from these contender matchups, these are Diamond 2s and Diamond 3s, I believe, now in Season 7. You're going to see a lot of teams looking for these demos to open up the center of the net for easy shots to put in. And the teams that rotate well are going to be the teams that win these matchups, even more so than at the higher level. Mechanics aren't quite as important here. It's that rotation that really sets teams apart.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And a great 50-50 there, but it doesn't matter. Tree able to put one into the back of the net. Just absolutely forcing it through Bill Nye. A great dunk, rolls that one in, and the Arctic Foxes take the lead.
Fantastic aggression from the Arctic Foxes there on the front foot, just getting in front of that clear attempt, and a fortunate angle on the dunk, putting it right back in the net.
And definitely, after that first minute, seeing why the Arctic Foxes are as high-powered as they are. Kind of offense that they have. That one's up off the backboard, bounces right back towards the middle. Jettison able to win that 50-50. Risen Wolf decides to bail on that one, and the ball is just going to sit there for a little bit. He had a good opportunity there to come up and make a play. He just decided against it. Tree will get that one, takes control, looking for a pass across the middle. Slams is there, pops it. That one's going right for the net. Risen Wolf trying to just wait him out.
Very
just half left to go the other way. Yeah, good job by Slams on defense, not to just commit, dive in on that ball, just wait for something else to happen. He knew he had the opportunity there.
If he panics there and he puts that right onto Risen Wolf's hood, it probably dunks right back over him into the net, just like we saw in that first goal. So great patience from him there not to overcommit.
An excellent job of the back pass by Tree. Rummage on the attack, unable to get that one home. Slams now is going to turn this one the other way. It's the apron, following up that ball. Rummage able to get it just away from him. He's got no boost though. Gonna have to go back and get something, and Tree takes it off the top. Hits the ceiling, Slam able to make the catch. Gives 50. Back to Rummage. Goes underneath him. Tree is there. Touches it off to the side. Bill Nye. Good touch there. Trying to make that read. He gets the dunk, but unable to get the goal.
A great,
really good opportunity.
Bill Nye absolutely throwing himself at that one. A little bit of a wave. It looked like just kind of flailing at it, but he managed to get that read off the sidewall and dunked it home. It was a fantastic play from him. A great attempt and great defense on the other side.
Risen Wolf able to use that titanium white Fennec. Knocked that one into the corner. Slams got sent into orbit, and that's what opened up that play.
Smacked around. Titanium White Fennec is only 960 credits as opposed to the 1100 that the Dominus was. So, I mean, if you're looking for some nice Titanium White stuff, like Titanium White Fennec, not a bad way to go. $9, just about $10. Very worth it in my opinion. But I'm also totally not using a Titanium White Fennec right now, so I'm not biased at all.
Definitely not. Now it's rolling back the other way. Tree able to clear that one around. They've got the 2-0 victory. On the attack are the Overcast. Excuse me, unable to make something happen there. Jettison now going to boom that one away. Slams is upfield, but he's got no boost. Trying to find Bill Nye on the side. Bill Nye's going to take that one over, flips it forward, back into the corner. Back into the middle off the apron. Wolf is there, unable to do anything with it, and Jettison bangs that one home right straight down the middle of the net, 74 miles an hour, and cuts this down to 1 goal.
Great patience from Jettison there, waiting to see that missed touch, not committing until he knew exactly where that ball was going, and jumping on it. Great connection to put it right down Main Street into the goal. Plenty of time here for the Overcast to bring this one back.
And they've had a couple of good opportunities, and like you said, they've got plenty of time. Minute and 15, there's plenty of time to serve this one up, especially if Slam's able to get a hold of this one and it just bounces right over the top of him. Unable to have just enough control to get that one. Jettison now pushing that one into the corner. Tree Dreams is there. Bill Nye, though, 50's in them. Might go off the backboard and down, and it does. Slam is there. We'll see what he can do with it.
Tree Dreams, great bump.
Yeah. Tree Dreams absolutely goombed him. Said, no, you're not getting here. You're not going to go hit this ball. There's no way. The
Really
Tree
talking
taking
about
it by himself. A half-court flick. He hits it over the top and extends the lead out to 2 goals.
Putting the pressure on the defensive side, and then just throwing one in from downtown on the offensive side. Doing it all. Tree Dreams showing that he's the MVP of this team.
Slam's got a bit of a ghost touch there. You know that he just missed it then.
It was very close for sure, but it was a monster flick from downfield from Tree Dreams regardless. And getting on the end of those, especially when you're not expecting them to be tough, getting up to get in front of those is always hard when they're coming over your head faster than you're anticipating. If you don't jump early enough, you are out of position, and there's not a whole lot you're going to be able to do about it.
Yeah, especially from half court. Usually don't expect a flick from half court to go anywhere near the net. Bill Nye taking over, trying to get one of his own, trying to cut this one back across, unable to get that one on top of the car to cut that one across. Just a couple seconds to go. If that one goes in, we had an opportunity there to, get a kickoff goal, but that one is knocked away, and the Arctic Foxes take game number 1.
Already starting on that 4-bit sweep that Jonesy is predicted, showing us, Tree Dreams doing a little bit of everything. No saves needed. Risen Wolf with that cycle there in the middle, 1 stat in every category there, doing a little bit of everything. But Arctic Foxes just having a little bit more of that forward aggression. 2 of their goals came from just dunks that are in the right place, right time. And then that huge sky-high half-court flick from Tree Dreams for the 3rd. Just really showing that forward rotation, that aggression is going to be good enough to get these goals in Contender.
So it looks like the Arctic Foxes will be making a lineup change. Risen Wolf Champ is out. Papa Hoff is in. We'll see if the Overcast want to make an adjustment to their lineup themselves. Bill Nye and Jettison both tied with 216 points. 408 for Tree Dreams. On the other side, shooting 2 for 2. A cycle for Risen Wolf. 1 for 1 shooting, the classic, the perfect unicycle over there. 1 in every category. 375 points for him. Looked really good in that game. Overcast need to make just a couple of small adjustments.
It was a lot closer game than 3-1 will belie, but definitely, just keeping that aggression up and not letting that ball get shoved down their throats. If they have a little bit more aggression on that first dunk goal that they let in, that game is a goal closer, and I think that they'll definitely be able to bounce back in this second game here. Papa Hoff coming in off the bench. I've never understood the reasoning behind subbing somebody in when you've won a game, but let's see if Papa Hoff can keep this momentum going for Arctic Foxes.
It all just depends on, what kind of team that you have, and they must feel confident enough that, if they were able to win that first game, they should be able to just keep that one going, and we'll just see if they can. That one gets touched upfield. Jettison able to cut that one off. It gets deleted by Tree. Demoed so hard, I'm surprised he didn't leave the lobby. Tree off the backboard. Jettison pushing that one upfield. Rummage trying to clear that one away, but Slams is there. Tries to get a shot on target, just a little bit too wide.
Rummage did a good job of following that one back in after he realized that back pass was a little too weighty. He did a good job of following it back in and making sure that he was there for support after putting his teammate in a little bit of a precarious position.
That pinch off the backboard, very, very dangerous. Doesn't have any issues there. Rummage with a really good attempt there, just unable to connect with the ball, so Slam's going to take over on offense. Always got to beat his Tree. There's one touch, and Jettison able to get it right behind Tree, unable to recover and cut that one off. 54 seconds down, and the lead has the Overcast up 1-0.
Great awareness from Jettison, seeing that ball sitting right there at the top of the box, breaking hard on it. He's got all the space and just a really hard challenge to be able to get back to from Tree Dreams there, I think, trying to get to that one coming in from the back post. Just had so much goal to cover and not a whole lot of space. It would have been a lucky save if he had gotten to it, but Jettison does a great job of picking a spot where he wasn't. A little bit of just both teams flipping around the ball here. Call it calculated fakes, but
there's a little bit of Justin with the positioning. Slam's getting sent off to the top again. Tree puts that one on net. Jettison able to cut that one off. Papa trying to knock that one towards the net. Unable to do it though. Bill Nye pushing it up the side. Bill Nye is there. He's on offense, trying to get the ball on top of his car, trying to get that bounce dribble. Unable to get it, but Rummage able to touch it back the other way. We've got a 2-on-1 opportunity here. That one goes across. Rummage unable to complete it. Tree Dreams is there, knocked towards the middle. Bill Nye able to clear that one away. Good rotation there by the Overcast to be able to keep that one from going into the net. Good job by them. Jettison back now on defense. Sees this one going off the wall. Tree knocks it across. Bill Nye and Slam both there. Able to clear that one into the corner. Rummage able to just knock the ball out of the way, make sure that that possession does not stay anywhere. Tree getting a touch there, and Bill Nye off the side wall. Rummage now off the backboard.
There's a huge pinch there, getting that one up off the backboard.
The Arctic Foxes making a bunch of really good touches there to keep the ball in the offensive half. Just not quite
overextended
what they want with it. That one is booked towards the net. Jettison is up. We'll see if he can get the score. Rummage able to 50 him in midair and keep that one out. Bill Nye with the pass. That one gets knocked away. See if Bill Nye can get back quickly enough, and he can. Knocks that one into the corner. Good decision by him just to play that one off. Give the team a chance to get back. Leaves it for Slam. Just knocks it upfield. Slam's now on offense. He's got 0 boost and a dream. Just gives it up to Rummage. Flips it towards the middle.
Bumps his own teammate on the way out too is unfortunate. Rotating on that ball side always can be a little questionable. Unless your team knows that you're there, you can end up bouncing in front of your own guy, but it ends up working out for them here.
And Jettison able to get that one. A really good 50-50 by Bill Nye. And then Papa unable to connect with it. Rummage is the last guy back. Not a ton that he can do in that position. You know he expected one of the two guys in front of him to keep that one going the other direction. And the Overcast now takes a 2-0 lead.
Just like that first goal we saw from the Arctic Foxes on Overcast the last game, that aggression forwards and that dunk leads to that open net. And that's really what you got to see. That forward rotation is going to lead to a lot of easy goals in this contender tier.
Papa trying to get to that one, but is unable to do it. Tree bangs that one into the corner. Slam's just buying all kinds of time. It doesn't have to do anything with it quite yet. Rummage goes for a shot on net, just misses it a bit wide. Papa with the pinch. Tree is up, trying to get a touch here. He gets it, but it's going the other way. This could be very dangerous. Rummage able to clear that one away from his teammate. Tree is there, gets a boomer onto the back wall. He's by himself, a one-on-one situation, an excellent shot placement, but it just goes off the post. A Rummage off the backboard. Excellent bump right there. Papa unable to connect with it. Rummage now is up. That one is floating towards the net, and that one goes wide. A bunch of consecutive opportunities for the Arctic Foxes that they are unable to send home,
no.
And that one gets touched the wrong direction, and Bill Nye finishes it off. The 3-0 lead now for the Overcast. What a sequence.
Just an unfortunate sequence for the Arctic Foxes there. So many almost crazy opportunities to put that ball in the net on the other side. There's a couple whiffs, a couple crossbars, and they're not ready for the counterattack, and Bill Nye's got all the time in the world to be able to take that one downfield and put it in the goal on the other side. You hate to see those kind of goals go in because it's just, you've done so much to almost put it in on the offensive end, and you just can't get that little extra bit of space to score it, and then you end up getting scored on. It'll take the air right out of your sails.
Good job there on defense. 15 seconds to go. The series gonna be evened up here at 1 apiece. Again, it's just a 4-game set. Every game matters here in RSC as Bill Nye tries to send that last dagger home. Unable to do it. Slim's going to get in touch. He's got no clues. I'm sure it's just going to hit the ground and this game will be over, and it does. So the Overcast very, very decisively take game number 2 from the Arctic Foxes, showing that they're here to play. They're not just going to get stomped on by a good team. No one on the Arctic Foxes had over 200 points.
Overcast really doing a great job of adjusting from that last game, not rushing anything too much. They did a great job of not going for things that they knew they couldn't hit. You'll see that be an issue a lot at these levels where players will overextend a little bit. They'll go for things that are a little bit above their head that they don't know for sure that they'll be able to get out to. And if their teammates aren't expecting them to be missing that ball, then you've got all of this space behind them when the miss happens. That if you're a good like forward rotating team, you can take a lot of advantage of those kind of situations. You'll see that all the way up through minor, even major sometimes. Players going up to try to hit things that they just don't have a handle on, and then other teams putting that ball back over their head when the miss comes out. Overcast doing a really good job of keeping up field there, keeping that pressure on, just like Arctic Foxes did in Game 1. Risen Wolf coming back in to swap back out for Popahov, see if he can turn them back around to that Game 1 form.
Yeah, the Arctic Foxes, I feel like after that loss, absolutely have to go back to what they had in game number 1. Definitely looked a little bit sharper in that one. Overcast had a ton of pressure. So really good adjustment by them. The Arctic Foxes now going back to that game 1 lineup with Rummage, Tree Dreams, and Risen Wolf Champ. Bill Nye, Jettison, and Slams are in again. The only 3 players on that team. Right now, anyway. But we'll get spectating. Yeah, makes it a lot easier for us to know what's going on with those guys. So here we go and kick off of game number 3, an even series 1-1. Rummage wins the kickoff, backs off of it immediately. That one gets touched towards the middle, off the back wall. We'll see if they can do anything off the back wall again. Risen Wolf Champ is there, slams just enough of an angle to be able to keep that one out of the net. The tree is up right away. Jettison's got to be there, and he does to keep that one out of the net. Already a ton of pressure by the Arctic Foxes. Slam sitting in the corner. He ends up jumping over the boost. That's going to be not great for their positioning. And that one finally boomed away by Jettison. He's on offense and unable to make the touch. Bill Nye's right behind him to save in front of the net. Risen Wolf now trying to drill that one past Slams. He gets that one cleared away. Goes and grabs the corner boost. Turns up field.
Not a great touch from Bill Nye there.
Yeah, Bill Nye gets bumped a bit. So moving around very quickly. He's locked in a side-to-side rule 1. So they're going to just fly down. Bill Nye lands right in front of the net. Slams there on offense. Tree cuts him off immediately, unable to take over on offense. A minute down, and both these teams just look completely different than last game.
Definitely a much better start for both teams here. They doing a lot better job of rotating and being there to clean up for their teammates' misses is the biggest thing. They're not leaving each other out to dry. When one player goes up for something that he doesn't quite get a grasp on, the other teammates are there to back him up. Not leaving no men back is going to be the biggest thing in trying to get these offensive opportunities going.
They're doing a really good job, both teams are, of having a man back and making a bunch of saves and a bunch of excellent shots. We know that they both can put the shots home, but so far haven't been able to do it in this one. A 0-0 tie, a minute and a half down in this game. Bill Nye taking over on offense, doing a really good job conserving his boost that was cleared off the backboard. Jettison is there. Going to go off the backboard as well, and in front, Slams is going to be there. He's going to get beat by Tree by a mile. It would be close. Bill Nye's going to come around, knock that one towards the middle, see if he can keep the possession, and he does, dribbling it up the pitch. He's going to try to grab a couple boosts, go up the wall, make a pass to the teammate, denied by Wolf. Slams, good touch there, and up is Jettison. He's unable to connect with the ball. Probably wasn't expecting everyone to miss.
Not quite enough boost to get back down to it is what it looked like. He had 0 boost as he's trying to get right back down to that ball, just ran out of boost to get there. great bump on the way to get boost on the other side, though.
Yeah, good cut there. Keep that one out of the net as Tree Dreams is up, tries to set it down for himself, ends up passing it to Slam. That was off the backboard. That was right in front of the net. Jettison with a great opportunity, and he hits that one into the net. A couple missed touches by the Arctic Foxes leave the ball in front of the net and wide open, and Jettison takes advantage.
It's redemption for Jettison after that first one he missed for running out of boost. He reads that bounce off the back wall, off the ground, gets it, high points it, and touches it down into the bottom left-hand corner of the net. A great play from him, and showing that that first miss was a fluke in that he, boost not being there wasn't his fault.
Overcast doing a really good job so far of adjusting after that Game 1 loss, trying to make this a 2-1 series in their favor. As Tree takes it in front of the net, a very dangerous dribble for him, and Slams is able to take advantage of that one, score that one, and put them up 2-0.
We call these ones hospital passes. You're throwing that one in front, trying to make your team do something risky to get it cleared out, and just no chance for them to be able to get there. Nobody was in net. Nobody was expecting the friendly pass across the middle, and just ends up going right back into their own net. Not surprising that's what happened, but trying to make something happen there, Tree was, and it just didn't quite work out for them.
And a good opportunity there. Slams wasn't able to get the shot that he wanted. You know he wants to hit this one in. It goes a little bit high, but Jettison coming up right behind him with the follow and puts that one in for the 3-0 lead of the Overcast. Looking like a completely different team right now.
Great positioning from them all around, great offensive aggression, and they're not letting anything get back behind them, really keeping this pressure on, keeping this momentum going. Quick 3-0 swing from them for sure.
And there's a quick 4-0 swing from them as the 9th shot so far in this game ends with the 4th goal. Jettison 2 for 4, Slams 1 for 3, and Bill Nye 1 for 2, and 3 assists on 4 goals. Overcast are feeling it.
Lots of Bill Nye the Science Guy in the chat right now. Theme song's definitely playing in the back of my head. It's been a while since I've seen a Bill Nye the Science Guy video, but thank everybody in the chat for reminding me of that, because that's going to be stuck in my head for the rest of the week.
Slams tries to dribble it over the top of Rummage. A great 50 by him. Really good defense to keep that one away from turning into the 5th goal of the evening in this game. But now Slams on offense again. He gets a nice high touch. That one could float in. Ends up hitting the post. He has an opportunity here to turn back on it and ends up bouncing right over him. So Bill Nye going to be the last man back. A great challenge there on Rummage to keep that one away. Tree backs up into his own corner and gets destroyed by Slams. That was out in front again. Bill Nye just wavers off of it, and probably because he did not have any boost. Probably what changed it for him.
He could have gotten that challenge there, but it almost might have been a smarter. Lots of demos coming out here. A great aggression there from Arctic Foxes to get him on the board. I think we had 3 demos in something like 20 seconds there.
And they knew that they needed to make a change very quickly if they wanted to keep anything up. A couple bumps, a couple demos, like you said. Get that one in the net finally. Rummage 1 for 1 shooting. That's only the 2nd shot of the game for the Arctic Foxes, coming with 52 seconds left. Tree off the backboard. Towards the middle, trying to bring this one back. A big boomer there. Tree's got to be back, and he is. He makes just enough of the touch to keep that one off the net. Flips it right to Bill Nye. Bill Nye with the touch. Excellent placement. Rummage is there with an excellent save. Jettison is up. Tries to get a touch towards the middle for his teammates. That was cleared away down the middle, but Bill Nye's going to be there. Gets a touch into the corner. Tries to make a pass to Slams. Got a heck of an angle here, and Tree's able to knock it away from him. Tree beats one. What can he do here? Bill Nye with excellent defense coming across the front of the net to keep that one out. 10 seconds to go, and it's looking like the Overcast are going to end up taking game number 3 in the 4-game series. Go up 2-1. Look to take the 3-1 series victory, and Arctic Foxes will be looking for the split.
Arctic Foxes don't want to give up this reverse sweep here. After taking that first game, they struggled a little bit in game 2, and it just we saw them have that passage downfield where they had 3 shots on goal and none of them went in, and that kind of feels like the turning point for me for this Arctic Foxes team. They haven't really gotten their offensive mojo back since that passage, and they've been struggling to get it back downfield. But give credit where credit's due. Overcast has played these last 2 games, really coming together and getting that offensive power back up on field. It's the same trend that we saw from last game. These teams that put 10, 11, 12 shots on goal, Overcast with 11 here, even with 6 saves from the other side, you're just all that offensive pressure, the quantity of shots on goal is just so hard to stem the tide and stop the bleeding when you've got just a ball in your face every time you turn around to try to get it out of your own zone.
Yeah, and I think what really changed for these two teams is the fact that the Overcast went from kind of letting the ball come to them, letting some opportunities happen, end up getting scored on because they were so patient. And they said, we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to cut the ball off in the midfield. We're going to take possession. We're going to make back passes. They're going to do all of these things that at the Contender level is actually really smart and very, very dangerous. And they're showing that those team plays and keeping possession and not just throwing it away constantly, definitely the way to go. They're looking like they're in good shape. Also, Wolf and Panther, I strongly disagree. I can't be Mafia because I'm not in the game. But Bill Nye, Jettison, Slams, Papa Huff, Risen Wolf, and Rummage are all in this game, the final game of the evening. Overcast looking for the 3-1 series victory. Arctic Foxes looking for the 2-2 split. We are ready to go into this one. The 50-50 kickoff sits right in the middle. Jettison is there and he gets 50 by Wolf, who's just stuck there after the kickoff. Ends up working really well, though. That one's bumped upfield. Bolton in the middle. Slam's going to push this one to the side. Papa Hoff is there. Tries to get a pinch. Unfortunately, it doesn't really go anywhere for him. Bill Nye knocks that down to the corner. Rummage on the backboard. Trying to take some possession. Jettison's going to go off the backboard there. Slam just comes for the follow. A team bump in the net. And the C was split for Slam's goal to go right into the middle.
If it just a little bit earlier, actually, it looked like Jettison with a pull shot bump, shooting Risen Wolf back into the net to get the bump. It looked like on the play that it was a team bump, but on the replay, it might have been a little bit of a calculated double bump from the Overcast there. Already out.
We're going to talk about doing some science. The physics of that play, the geometry needed to make that one happen. Top drawer. Unfortunate there for Papa Hoff. He tries to get a quick turn on the shot by Jettison. He was the last man back. He's unable to do it in a very, very quick 2-goal lead for the Overcast. They're putting on the pressure.
Yeah, they need this early lead for sure, just to get out here, hold the lead, hold the pressure, not let Arctic Foxes get back into this game.
Doing a pretty good job of it so far. Definitely making some good clears, making sure no one is available. Teammates, an excellent save there by Slam. Bill Nye's the last guy, and is able to get that dunk and keep that one out of the net. A great job by him on defense.
Bill Nye reading that one like a book. Not letting them get any play up on the back wall. No reads, just slams it back downfield.
Cleared across the net. Jettison is behind it, unable to make the touch, but it's alright. Slam's right behind him. That one gets bodied around. Nobody is up for the Arctic Foxes, so Bill Nye is going to take that one by himself. Tries to get the shot. Risen Wolf able to clear that one away just a bit off the corner. Rummage over the top of Slam. He's got one more to beat. Jettison, though, right there, able to keep that one away. Moving upfield with Bill Nye again in the middle of the field. So I said, the game is won and lost in the middle of the field sometimes. And the pressure that the Overcast have right now in midfield is absolutely crushing the Arctic Foxes.
Every time that one of the Arctic Foxes players tries to set up a dunk or tries to set up a flick downfield or just hitting the ball downfield, one of the Overcast players is right in their face, forcing them to make a quicker touch than they want, and then a second Overcast player is there to back them up. So that way when that first touch comes out and is not where it should be because it was rushed, Overcast can just take possession right back.
Now, all the rushing definitely helping quite a bit as that one pass up the middle. Jettison is there off the apron. Bodies it into the corner. Bill Nye is there trying to make a pass to his teammate, trying to dunk that one on the way back down, unable to do it. But Jettison cutting that ball off again, taking advantage of all the space that they're getting. Slam is just up by himself, knocks it off the backboard. Bill Nye with the shot. Papa Hoff, the big booming clear, tries to read that one. He can't do it. Rummage is there. Does get the shot onto the net. Slam able to make the easy save. Just inside of halftime, 2-0. This one's looking pretty good for the Overcast so far.
Rummage doing a good job of getting in front of that one. Even though he ended up getting demoed, that bump on Jettison was just enough to keep him from having a shooting chance.
bunch of great 50-50s. Jettison with the bump inside of the net on Popahoff, but they're unable to capitalize on that one. But a good job by him to realize that that opportunity was there.
Trying to do his best Kronovi impression, getting that in and out. It's hard to pull off. Wide open. Look at that.
That here, whenever Trippin's on stream and something like that happens, folks, we call that free real estate. Absolute boomer from the box by Jettison. Nobody back, nobody home anywhere. The 3-0 lead for the Overcast.
I don't know if he could have put that one any more center. I know whenever I see a wide open net like that, I grip my control a little too hard and crank one off the post or something. Absolutely slotted that one straight down the middle. Great awareness to see the wide open center of the field and put it right in the middle of the goal. No doubt about it.
It was a really good shot there by Bill Nye, flipping the opposite way to get some extra power on that one and towards the net. But an even better save by the Arctic Foxes. They got a minute and 20 seconds. They need to hurry up and make a couple of moves if they want to eliminate this 3-goal deficit. Minute and 15 now to play. That was floating towards the middle, slammed, just bodies the opponent. Then gets demoed. Feel like he kind of deserved that one. That was dribbling out in front of the net. Wolf going to kind of let that one go. Bill Nye is up on the backboard looking for a couple of touches here. That one gets touched over the top. The Rummage now going to be one-on-one with Slams, going back on defense. Makes just enough of a touch to keep it out. Then it gets demoed. And Popahoff is there. 45 seconds left to play. Definitely going to be difficult at this point to turn this one around. A couple unfortunate misses on the turn. Jettison with the protractor, unable to make the shot. Bill Nye able to keep it in, though. That one's still in the box, bouncing around. Rummage with the pre-flip, knocks that one down. Gonna grab that boost off the wall. Here he goes. See if he can get that ground pinch, and he does. Going to do it all by himself. An excellent job, an excellent showing of ball control by Rummage, and he gets the goal to make it only a 2-goal lead.
Nice little touch to beat the defender. Keeping it close, having the composure to turn on and slot it into that top left-hand corner. Make sure somebody gets a clip of that. Submit that to Nate for that goals of the week. Great showing of car control, ball control from Rummage there.
Yeah, absolutely. If you happen to be hanging in the Twitch chat right now, please go ahead and clip that last goal. We'd love to see it submitted in the goal of the week opportunity. But other things that are happening this week in RSC, the Overcast taking the 3-1 series victory in this one. Lots of shout-outs in the early match of this one. Before the match even started, calling the Arctic Foxes definitely they're gonna body the Overcast, and they just didn't let that happen. The sun was not shining. The Arctic Foxes unable to do anything, and Overcast take the 3-1 series victory and the 3-1 win in that last game.
Overcast really turned it around after that first game. It looked like Arctic Foxes might have had the easy 4-0 sweep after that first game. They played really well, but Overcast made a lot of really great adjustments, slowed themselves down a little bit, stopped rushing, rotated well as a team, and like we said in that the pregame, that rotation is going to be what wins matches at this contender level. You don't need to have the flashiest mechanics. You don't need to have the fastest recoveries, but that team rotation is going to be what separates the men from the boys in this tier.
Yeah, Overcast, if they keep up what they just did in this last 4-game series, going to look very good going down the stretch. But it's early right now in RSC. We've got about somewhere between 10 and 12 more match days for all the different tiers before we get into the playoffs. But we will be with you every Monday and Wednesday evening. Most nights we will have a doubleheader. Hopefully all of them we have a doubleheader. Same time, the same place. You can find our schedule on the website. Again, if you're in RSC and you want to play on stream, go to the RSC official stream signups channel in the media channels section. Go ahead and set that one up. So again, I am Trippin. That was HUD. Thank you all very much for showing up. Thanks for the subscriptions, the bits, the follows, the everything that you guys did. Thanks again to Musah in the background, slugging it out in the trenches, making sure that this game gets up on stream for you. We'll be back on Monday night for another showdown, match number 4 of RSC. Everyone, please have a great evening and enjoy yourselves. Hopefully the Rocket League servers stay alive.
I'll be here on Wednesday.
There you go. HUD will be here on Wednesday.
Getting some more of that casting in. Thanks for the opportunity to be here on stream tonight with you, Trippin. A lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. My first time color casting in like an official capacity, and had a lot of fun. Thank you all you guys for turning out. Just like Trippin said, big shout out to Musah and RJ doing all of the logistical things And RSC off to a great start already in season 7. Looking forward to more good matches, more great games, seeing some more people go for some nutty things down the road, and just having a lot of fun.
This is good, man. Y'all have a great night. We will see you Wednesday night, same time, same place.